Inside this video, we are going to go over the traveling merchants inside of Grow a Garden Roblox. You guys may have seen my previous two videos about the traveling merchants inside of Grow a Garden Roblox, but however, there is a brand new update that changes everything. If you guys could hit the like button, subscribe, and of course turn on those notifications, that would be greatly appreciated. So everything that I said in those previous two videos are actually still true. However, there is much more information now. You see here is one of the 4 different merchants that you can possibly get. They spawn right over here next to the seed shop. So you head over here, you talk to the sky merchant or whatever merchant's currently there. You can see that they leave in 13 minutes. They only are here for a total of 30 minutes, guys, and then they disappear. So you could actually buy a night staff from this guy, a star collar, and a mutation spray that actually gives you cloud touched, guys. This is what the sky merchant looks like. Pretty cool looking guy, I can't lie. Bro just plops down inside of a blimp. But there are actually 3 more different merchants that you could possibly get. The other one being the gnome merchant. And of course, we have the summer harvest merchant and even the honey merchant, guys. Now, to actually have these merchants spawn into your game is very simple, okay? You simply just need to wait into the game until they actually spawn in. One will come into your game every 4 hours, guys. So I believe it's 4 p.m. I was wrong, guys. It is actually 5 p.m. 5, 9, 1 a.m., 5 a.m., back to 9 a.m., and then again 1 p.m. And well, that is only for Pacific Standard Time, guys. If you guys don't know what that is in accordance to your own time zone, then please go look it up, all right? If you're getting on at 5 p.m., okay, thinking that there's gonna be a traveling merchant around, and you are in just a different time zone, guys, it is not going to work. For example, the East Coast of the United States, all right, it's 3 hours ahead of the Pacific Standard Time, which is the West Coast of the United States. That means instead of being at 5, 9, 1, back to 5, guys, all right, instead it would be at 8, 11, sorry guys, it would be at 8 p.m., midnight, 4 a.m., 8 a.m., and then at noon. So honestly, Eastern Time has it pretty easy when it comes to just remembering the time. But again, just find out what your time zone is in relation to Pacific Standard Time and know that from 5 o'clock, guys, what time it would be for you. Again, it happens every 4 hours. So Pacific Standard Time, it's 5, 9, and then 1. With one of these 4 merchants spawning in every single time. The gnome merchant, the sky merchant, the honey merchant, and the summer seed merchant. It is completely random which merchant actually spawns in. Because there are 4 of them, you have a 1 in 4 chance of getting any of these particular merchants, guys. You could be getting like 3 in a row of the same merchant, or you could go a long time without getting a single one of these merchants, guys. So again, it is just completely just luck. So you can still find yourself the gnome merchant and of course the sky merchant whenever the traveling merchants do come by. The gnome merchant purely only gives you cosmetics, guys. All right, so you can only buy cosmetic packs from this guy, and you could watch the whole video on the gnome merchant if you really want to. Okay, while the sky merchant actually gives you some practical items. You can see that you can buy the night staff, the star collar, and the mutation spray for cloud touch, all for these prices right here. However, 2 new traveling merchants have now been released inside of Grow a Garden Roblox. And that is, of course, the honey merchant here on the left and the summer seed merchant here on the right side. The summer seed merchant actually allows you to purchase all of the summer seeds that were previously available in last week's update, guys. So that means you can buy yourself the cauliflower, the rafflesia, all the way down to the pitcher plant and the fajoya and the loquat, guys. However, the rarer the fruit, the actual harder it is to get, the rarer it is, obviously. So, for example, the cauliflower has a 1 in 3 chance of actually spawning inside of the shop once you actually get the shop here, of course, okay? Well, the pitcher plant has a 1 in 450 chance to actually spawn in, and oddly enough, the fajoya actually has a even lower chance of spawning in with 1 in 600% chance. Just for your guys' reference, reference, here is all of the possible plants that you can buy from the summer merchant and all of their rarities. You can see like the Rafflesia, all right, has only a 10% chance of actually spawning in, a 1 in 10 chance, while the Loquat has a 1 in 333, the same as the prickly pear, which is 1 in 300. Oh my, 1 in 133. I don't know why that was so hard to say. And they progressively get less common, as you can see, 1 in 40, 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 1 in 20, 1 in 10, 1 in 3, all the way up to 140, 450, and of course the Pahoya has a 1 in 600 chance. It's just a cool little way to allow players to get some of these exclusive items that are now unobtainable, which I guess technically they're not unobtainable. Then of course we have ourselves the honey merchant. All right, we got ourselves the honey merchant here, and here's everything that you could possibly get from the honey merchants. You see the flower seed pack, the honey sprinkler, the bee egg, the bee crate, and the honey crafters crate, guys. It says right here that the stock chance is 100%, all right, 100% for the bee egg, okay, but all of the cosmetics have a 25% chance of spawning in, and then the honey sprinkler is only a 16% chance. But when this thing does come in, you have a guaranteed chance that you actually get yourselves a flower seed pack and a bee egg. Everything else is up to just luck. And then if you actually have in the summer merchant, the summer seed merchant spawn in, there's a chance that you might not even be able to get anything from this merchant, which, well, would really suck, but you know, I guess it's just the game we play. So again, for Pacific Standard Time, which is the west coast of the United States, that means it is at noon, 4, 8, and then again at 12. So just look up what your time zone would be, all right, compared to Pacific Standard Time, and that is actually the times that you need to get on the game to be able to go and get the traveling merchants. Another thing, make sure you guys are on updated servers. That's going to be your private servers, and well, pretty much every server should be up to date now, but in case you're still on the same server from last week, okay, then you're going to need to find a new one. But that is it for this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later. Peace out, and of course, goodbye.